So, you want to buy your first property. Well, okay. It's not as hard as a lot of people make it, but the point is not to just buy your first piece of real estate, but to buy the right first piece of real estate. My name is Yusef with Property Opportunity and Profit, and I'm here to dispel some of the myths and misconceptions about buying investment property. And hopefully, I can give you enough information so that you can get to that first property. Let's go. What's happening, guys? We are back in the lab now. And I just wanted to go over some of the common myths that I hear when people call me about either wanting to get into real estate investing or either the things that they've heard about real estate and they just kind of want me to confirm or, I guess, dispel. All right, so let's get into 10 common myths that I normally hear when people call me to ask me questions about real estate. All right. Myth number one, you must be wealthy to invest in investment property. All right. So the reality here is there are many financial options available, right? Including loans and mortgages for people who may have less than perfect credit. All right. Even loans like bridge loans where you're actually collateralizing the distressed property to actually use that to get the loan. Now, many times you can actually go out and borrow the money to not only acquire the property, but also to fix the property up. And then as you know, if it's going to be a fix and flip situation, you'll be able to get out there and put the property back on the market and hopefully sell the property if you've done your due diligence and done your numbers correctly. All right. Myth number two, real estate investment is always profitable. How many times have we heard this one? In fact, if you really go out there and watch a lot of the videos you see out here on YouTube or Instagram or quite a few places that host these videos, one could be led to think that all investing professionals are profitable on every deal. Well, the reality is, like any investment, real estate carries risks. That's right. There are market fluctuations, unexpected expenses that come up, unexpected repairs that come up, and vacancies, and they all can impact your profitability. Myth number three, you need extensive real estate knowledge to start. So I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have like a rich uncle that had been in real estate for years. The closest I got was, my dad used to buy properties in DC, but these were just houses that he was living in, and he would fix them up. He put art in them and he'd do the floors, and it would always smell like shellac. And, but I just kind of got my first taste of what it was like to take a property that needed work and to fix it up and to increase its value. Didn't like it because I was young and I didn't like the smells and I didn't understand it at the time, but fortunately, Pops planted the seed, and that later manifested itself into me doing what I do now. So the reality of this one is, knowledge is beneficial. There are many successful investors that start with limited experience and they learn along the way. All right. Myth number four, cash flow is guaranteed. Reality is, man, like rental income can be inconsistent due to factors like tenant turnover and market conditions. So that's what cash flow is generally associated with. I can think of a few times where things just didn't work out with the tenant that I put in the property. Sometimes they destroy your property. You have to go back in, do work, cosmetic work to it. And these are things that you have to account for sometimes. Myth number five, the best investments are local. Reality of this one is diversifying geographically can reduce your risk and open up new opportunities to you. Who would have thought, right? Sometimes the best investments aren't always in your local area. I did a flip in Missouri, never saw the property. Well, no, let me take that back. It wasn't a flip, it was a wholesale deal. I've done one in Georgia as well and worked on one in Mississippi. It did not work out, but yeah, if they would have been great deals, had all of them worked out, two of them did, 2 out of 3, not bad, right? So I encourage you, look outside your area once you get a little experience under your belt and, Also build strategic partnerships. Maybe some of these wholesalers in these other areas can bring you deals that make sense, but know your numbers. Myth number 6, investing in real estate is passive income. How many times we heard this one? So the reality is property management requires time and effort. Sometimes your time and effort, including dealing with tenants, maintenance, and administrative tasks. If you don't have people or you can't afford people to do these things, it's going to be you. Your time has value, right? So how you define passive is relative to how you value your time. Okay. So I would not ever say anything is 100% passive. I would just say you can get to a point where it requires minimal effort and time. And it may feel passive because you're so used to doing it, but it's never going to be 100% passive, in my opinion. Myth number 7, flipping houses is quick and easy money. Flipping houses is quick and easy money. Okay, so if you are one of the HGTV fans and you've been looking, saying, I'm pretty sure I can do that. That looks pretty easy. My uncle knows how to do flooring. My cousin knows how to do plumbing. I got somebody that knows how to do electrical. Oh, we could go in there and do that all day, every day. Well, reality is house flipping can be risky and involve significant time, effort, and expertise in renovation and the real estate market. I can't tell you. Every deal is different. I can't tell you how many times I thought I was going to go in and it was going to be 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. And we opened up the walls and we saw something. We had asbestos we had to abate. We had some electrical issues we had to work around. We had to get something permitted. We didn't think we were going to have to get permitted. All of these things can add up. All of these things can be unexpected expenses that affect your bottom line. Okay. So be aware of that. Myth number 8, more property always means more profit. Do you believe this? Be honest. Do you really believe that? I know many of us thought, I know I thought it. More doors mean more money. Sometimes more doors mean more chores, right? More doors can mean more of your time, because now you have more problems, right? So the reality is it's not necessarily the quantity, it's the quality of your investments and not so much the quantity of them. Overextending yourself, buying so many properties, getting so deep into debt can lead to financial strain and also management difficulties. Because if you have a property manager that's not effective, and sometimes you'll have to go through quite a few of them to find the right one. It can put a strain on your time and your resources. All right. Coming down the home stretch. Myth number 9, real estate is a short-term investment. So the reality of this one is real estate often performs best statistically as a long-term investment due to appreciation and potential rental income growth over time. Don't believe me? Look it up. If you look at most real estate investors that acquire wealth and generational wealth, they've done it over time. It's never been something that was done overnight or in a week or in even a year. So just keep that in mind. Can you acquire some property that moves you closer to your goal? Absolutely, you can. But to build true generational wealth, that's not going to be something that you're going to do overnight. Last but not least, myth number 10. The real estate market is predictable. As much as we like to think that we know, regardless of how long we've been in this market, and speaking for myself, I bought my first property in 2003. Here we are in 2024. And I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, as much as I would like to say real estate is predictable, I can only guesstimate where I think the market is going. And I can make decisions based upon what I've done in the past, but no 2 cycles have ever been exactly the same. 2008 was different than what's going on now. And I'm sure it'll be different than any other thing that I see in the future. Although I did learn some valuable lessons from that. So the reality of this is the real estate market can be very volatile and influenced by a number of unpredictable economic and social factors. So that's my 10 that I'm giving you guys. And I want to talk to you and dispel some of these myths. So tap into the channel, guys. I hope this has been helpful. Stay tuned with us. Keep tapped in with us because we're going to be sharing more tips and strategies on how to buy your first property or maybe how to buy better properties. All right? I'm Yusef for Property Opportunity and Profit. I'll see you guys later, man.